In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to make a website for free using Google Websites. You guys are going to be doing this for research. You're going to research it and make it informational, or would be called an expository website. You're going to explain something or teach the world about a historical event, topic, or person. So let me get you started. I'm going to walk you through the process step by step. So first thing you do is you go to Google, www.google.com. Then you can see there's kind of a grid of boxes in the top right hand corner. That's what we're going to go to. So you click on that, and there's all the Google apps. Google has apps just like an iPhone or a smartphone. So you hit more. And this is make a blog. This is your finances, your wallet, and so on. We need even to go even more. So let's scroll down past maps, past Earth, and then you're going to see it on your right hand side next to forms and sheets. These are all free apps you can use through Google for learning and for the future. You can use them in college as well. So click on Sites, create a website, secure group wikis. Okay, so first thing we have to do is sign in. In this case, I made a create account for you guys, but you can use your own accounts because when you share it, you can just email me or give me a copy of your URL, which is the email address at the top. So let's type in Riverview, American History 1414 for the year. Okay, and then our password in this case is Mr. Metropoulos class, CLASS, Mr. Metropolis class, all one word. This is also on your instructions. So let's sign in. We're not going to remember the password. Okay, so several students have started building websites, but I made a fake website to play with. So what you would do is you'd hit create on the left hand corner, and you'd have to actually choose a website. But I'm going to get past the part where we chose it's called a template, and create a website. Okay, so the first thing you do to edit is you see this little pen looking thing over here. You hit that and you can now edit. So this is a template. This is a website that's already been set up, and the information and the pictures and all the stuff is fake. They just put stuff in there to make it look nice. Now what you could do is change everything, and that's actually what you need to do. You need to change the web pages, connections on the side. You could change the setup. You name it. It's your website. Take control of it. So this one I called Mr. Metropolis. You're going to name it your first name, last name, and then whatever the topic is that you're building a website on. So let's look at some of the tools over on this side. Let's start here. We're in editing. So if you go to insert, you could put an image, a link to another website, a table of contents. So you could set this up so people can click on things and know where things are on your website. Very important. Subpage listing, which would be a list of things that's connected to the main home page. Horizontal lines, buttons, recent posts, recent update files, and every time you update it, it's going to say you need to hit save right here. I'd hit save about every 5 minutes when you're building a website. Otherwise, your information could be lost. Okay, so you could see you could put text boxes, where a box where you can write stuff on it. You could put a chart if you're doing data. Say, for example, you're talking about the economics of America in the 1970s. Well, if you find a chart, or you can make a chart, you could say, well, the economy was good. Well, what does that really mean? Use some data. Show us how much more money did people make minimum wage since the 1950. Compare it. Show us what the unemployment rates were like in the 1960s, starting in 1960 to 1969. Show us that decade, those 10 years. Here's Google Drive, so you can put your documents, your images from Google, presentations, all that stuff. Google Plus is social stuff, pictures if you want to add pictures. What's really important here is a map. If you're doing geography, you could create your own map of the world or whatever you're researching and insert it. And then here's YouTube. With YouTube, you just click YouTube, and then you go to your YouTube video. So let's go to YouTube. Make sure it's a valid source, though. And let's type in, I'm going to type myself in. So I'm going to look at one of my videos. Okay, so it's Nicholas, Metropoulos. Okay? Just taking 1 second. So it's searching for me. So here's my video. So here's my flip video on World War I. Okay? So what I'm going to do is you don't really need to even play the video. I'm just going to show you an example. but when the video comes up, it has the URL, which is the address of where it is located on the internet. Okay? So what you're going to do up here is this. You're going to copy this. You can go edit, copy, or right click copy. It doesn't matter.
Alright, so in this video,
So there's the video. I go back to my website and I right click and I paste it and I just hit save and check this out. Boom. There's my video on YouTube. Now, it's not going to show up until I hit save and you can actually see the website. You can actually see it, okay? So let's go back into editing. So it won't play when you're in editing. It will once you save it. So hit editing. So if you want to write something above it or below it, you double click, put text, you put my WW1 flip video. Okay? So my World War I flip video. Alright, that's one example. Also, if you ever get stuck on anything, hit help. The site's help is just amazing. It can answer pretty much any question. If I don't answer your questions, it tells you how to change the site. You just click on things and you have to follow directions. Delete a page, edit your site, so forth and so on. Okay? So I'm going to try to show you what I can do. Now, so whenever you type something on your website, you can also play with the font. You can make it big, which you probably want to. And you can see this is much bigger over here. You can even go up to 24 font. You can change the actual font itself. So if you want to make a fancier looking, you can bold it, italicize, underline. You can do anything you do pretty much to a PowerPoint or any kind of presentation. So if you want to move things to the middle, to the left, all these great things you can do, okay? But let's get into the things that you really need to work on, okay? So let's hit save. So every 5 minutes I should be hitting save. Let's go back to edit. Okay. Let's go back to editing. Okay. Now, when you save it and you're trying to change something, there's more options. So this right here, this button, if you click on that, you can actually make a new website to attach to your page. So let's name this one World War II was really interesting. Okay, and let's create that. Okay, now it's going to insert it. See, it's inserted into ours. So if we click on this, it's going to hit save. It changed the website. Okay. Now, if you go to more, you could really change things. So the home page is here. It's the first thing at the top. So here's my home page of the YouTube video. But then I want to change this setup. I don't like the way this is set up at all. Okay? And then here's our website. World War I is my recent activity. Click on that. This will go back to my new site that's connected. Okay? You can add files. So I could put a primary source. I could put a song. I could put pretty much anything in this website. But let's go back to our home page. Now this is really important how to change the setup. So you go to this right here is more. You click more. And then you can print the page setup, subscribe. You can go back to your history and copy the page. You can delete the page. You can change save page template. You can change the template. I don't like this template. This template is weird. Let's change it. So let's go to announcement. Okay, I'm going to change it to an announcement. So it's making the change. Okay, so we changed the whole setup. Now this side over here, we want these tabs. Let's make these tabs make sense with our project. Okay, so let's delete this page right here. Delete it. Boom. Where'd it go? It disappeared. Okay, also, you can report an issue, edit site layout. So you don't like the way it's set up, you can put the sidebar, you can move the sidebar, the horizontal navigation, the custom footer, side width, default, custom. You can do pretty much anything you want to this website. It's pretty amazing. I don't expect you to do all this stuff, What I do expect you guys to be working on is if you're doing research about a decade in American history, for example, I expect you to be building the pages based on the themes that we've talked about in American history. So whenever you're looking at a decade, let's hit create. You need to talk about the 5 fields of social science. What are the 5 fields of social science? I hope you guys are saying culture, history, economics, geography, and politics. So, all right. Okay. Let's click new page. Okay, so let's say culture of America in the 1960s. Okay? Do you want to put the page at the top? You want to put it under the team? Where I put this? I'm going to put it at the top. Do I want it a web page, an announcement of okay? Let's just keep it as a web page. Okay? Hit create. And bada boom, bada bing. So let's see where it shows up. It's going to be over here. My recent activity. Okay. So here it is. I'm on it right now. So say in the 1960s, protests were prevalent. Let's see if I spelled that right. Oh, it doesn't have spell check. It does have spell check. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Great. I just right click and I change it to prevalent. Okay? Period. Save. Alright, so I've done a lot of my editing. Let's go back to home. And then my tabs are showing up over here. I got a video. All kinds of. This is great. You could use this to make a website for yourself to apply to jobs. Some jobs want all resumes online or on a website. This is the way to do it. Now, when you're ready to share, you hit share. And this means the entire world can now see your website and the masterpiece you've made. So thanks for checking in with Mr. Metropoulos. I can't wait to see you guys present your websites about your research. Make sure you're using valid sources and check on the video about valid sources if you have any questions what that is. Alright, and this is your URL. So if you copy this and you paste it, you can email it to Mr. Metropoulos or you can save it to your email. Alright, thanks for coming. Bye.